When did EastEnders get so edgy? It's so edgy. It's so fucking edgy, guys. One lovely Redditor has coined that it's so edgy. So we have J and B Tech Lola. She's an escort and she's heavily pursuing him. I'm not old-fashioned. Typically, it's the guy that's propositioning and doing all the chasing. But she is, and man, she is like a dog with a scent, the way she is pursuing Jay. Even the bedroom situation. No funny business. Don't get me started on the on the escort thing. EastEnders is so edgy now. A bit ambitious, honestly. And for once, good old EastEnders subreddit is actually being quite reasonable here, you know? EastEnders isn't edgy. It's not that edgy, like. It may do some social issues sometimes. It may be a bit more forward thinking. It may be a bit controversial at times, but I would never really describe EastEnders as edgy. I don't know, what do you reckon? Is EastEnders edgy, Piggy?
Depends on how you view edgy. Because edgy, to me, is someone, you know, making a Twin Towers joke, someone, you know, making a Bill Cosby joke. That's edgy. But a woman pursuing a man is not edgy. And edgy's like, what's the deal with all these Muslims in our country? Thinking, like, okay, then she's edgy. But, like, she's not. You know, it's not edgy. The only edgy thing there is Theo. And that's only because he's stalking a woman, and
Yes.
at the time of recording this week he's leaking photographs of her, I think. So like, yes. It's not edgy. It's never been edgy. Sure, there have been times where they went, we'll push the envelope and see what the BBC will
edgy
respond.
is the 90s or the early 80s, or like the late 80s where like Mary's becoming a prostitute, like fucking Nick's like dealing with a heroin problem, you know. I'd say we've fallen like a lot further than a lot of these like storylines, you know, like there's a lot less overdoses. When there's a drug storyline, it's usually only one person who's actually on drugs and not more. Like, it's remarkably safe for the most part. But first person says, mate, the show's first scene opened with 3 blokes kicking in a door to find a rotting corpse. He wasn't dead yet, but he was basically dead. Show has always been edgy and raw. If anything, it was that switch to more fantastical, fancy scenarios that lacked the grit that saw EastEnders start to fall for quite a few years. Plus all the storylines, this one isn't edgy. It's a rather natural reaction to a substantial amount of grief and something that does happen in reality. Entirely true. It is quite tame. The only thing that wouldn't be tame if Jay suddenly went, I'm not fucking paying you, bitch. Like, whoa, what the fuck's that come from? That's not like how it's supposed to happen. You know, edgy would be like showing a really like harsh reality of being an escort and like people mistreating you, right? Yeah.
Spitting on you. But like, could you imagine Edgy? Could you imagine Edgy is just, he comes in with a big cigar and he has like a big pimp outfit on it. How's it going, bitch? I was like, I'm only your escort, not your bitch. Come on, bitch, we got some work to do. Wah 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 wah. Like,
yeah. Someone said, literally, this is one of the more tame storylines. We currently have a cancer storyline, bulimia, teenage pregnancy, someone returning from the dead. Oh, and Suki is discovering that the rapist she thought she murdered was actually killed by someone else, and now she's trying to free her wrongly imprisoned son by bringing the real killer to justice. The J storyline isn't edgy.
They also forgot to mention the stalker storyline.
Exactly. Being stalked, that's edgy. Like a stuff where Stacy's like doing some sexy videos, that's edgy. You know?
Like, right, I don't know about this. How would you think in any scenario be, you know, getting an escort to dress up like a dead wife is more edgy than a guy doing this? Ooh, Stacey, see you bringing them nappies. Like, Stacey, I moved in next door. Maybe we can have a cup of tea and I can knock your back door in. Wink, wink. You know, that's fucking edgy. Not fucking, I'm so sad, Lola B. Can you please dress up like me wife, please, and use a perfume? That's sad.
It's
edgy.
actually
That's
really quite sad and soft in comparison to everything else.
Like, the fucking Ravi snapped the laptop in half. He banged the laptop. He literally went like that.
His knee was edgier than the Jay storyline. And that's just because it broke in two. Yeah, someone says Corey did this story already. P.S. Women have pursued men since time began. Yeah, I don't really understand the bit where it's like, and a woman's pursuing a man? It's like,
it's not.
Yeah, of course.
Again, it goes back to, and I know you can go, oh, you bring it up always, but it's going back to that thing where in society, it's mostly a man has to pursue a woman doesn't pursue
it's an expectation, you know. The woman gets pursued, the man does the chase. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on. We're further along than this now.
And like the woman, the man has to propose, the woman can't propose. It's that kind of thing in society where people think...
It's that like gatekeeping, which just, come on. We're at a different point in society now. It's like people complaining about stuff like, but you know, you're supposed to be a mother, and it's like, yeah, but some people don't want fucking kids, and if you don't have a kids, does that mean you're not like you're not a proper woman? She's not a mum. No, it fucking doesn't. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
It always baffles me the fucking, and I understand you're gonna go, oh no, he's bringing it. Always baffles me the trans situation where a trans woman, like, a trans woman can't be a mom, and I'm like, you do realize actual women can't have children. Like, it's not just the fact that since a trans woman has an imported fanny, she can't have a child. It doesn't matter. She can if a man has a vasectomy, is he then less of a man because he can't have a child anymore? Like, no, it doesn't. These roles aren't important anymore. Like,
it's important to some people. Fair enough. Some people want to be a parent. Some people want to do this, but like, it's not that big a fucking deal. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't speak for Ash, but Ash might agree with me. If anyone come up to us and went, would you guys be able to be parents? I'd go, fuck no. I am not the right kind of... Like, look at me, look at the way I dress. Do you think I'm wearing pink pants? Hold on, look. I'm wearing fucking purple pants. Do you think I can be a fucking dad? I'll probably make that child be gay or something. Like, I'll probably dress him up like fucking Boris Johnson. Send him out to school. Fucking send him out to war to fight for my country. Like, do you think I could be a stable dad? I don't speak for Ash, but I don't know if Ash could be a stable dad. That'd be a lot that would change in my normal life, and that'd be at least a good 10-15 years of work on myself to even qualify to be a dad.
Like I'm not saying anything bad, but like, he looks after Joey, the dog. Well, even then, that's a dog. Could you imagine Ash with an actual human child? Piggy, I've cooked the turkey. The turkey's sitting in the baby's chair. Oh no. Piggy, am I going to jail?
These are all edgy things. All of the things you just talked about could possibly be classed as edgy. More edgy than the Jay and Nadine storyline. BSN said, it's not edgy, it's normal, no matter how prude people are on TV shows, it happens in real life. I've been pursued by women before. And I'm me. No, you know, like it's not that weird. It's actually quite cool to imagine being pursued by a woman, you know? Yeah, someone just likes me and wants to be with me. Sick. Means I don't have to do all the weird questions and stuff. I don't hate it. Do it. Someone says, I think her being an escort actually suits the storyline better. It would be weird for Jay to move on so fast after Lola, but her being an escort makes it less romantic, and it's more obvious that they're both using each other. She's using him for money and he's using her to cope with the loss of his wife, while watching everyone else all loved up. Her pursuing him makes sense too, as the sex worker probably prefers clients they don't actually have to shag. I said it's a mutually beneficial relationship there.
I can't speak for all sex workers, but if you're getting paid to get your backdoor pounded in constantly, I'm not saying it would hurt, But there would come a limit where like I can only do 2 clients today. My
Yes.
anus is gaping here. My vagina cannot take it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't know why immediately getting pounded in the ass.
No, people
I
before the anus.
But yeah, I mean, it's being an escort, like, just be comforting to someone. It's easy money.
It's I haven't seen the 2nd season or the 3rd season, but it's like the show Afterlife, where there was basically a sex worker. She might have been a prostitute, but she was a sex worker of sorts. Where she was basically comforted by Ricky Gervais's character on the show.
Yeah.
And basically, like, he'd pay her to just help her clean the house. Help him clean the house, like. And it was very nice and wholesome. But I didn't watch the 2nd or 3rd season, so...
No. I think that, yeah, no, I think it's just, people are just misunderstanding this escort storyline. Like, I don't know if I'm just, like, somewhat clued in because I'm basing what I saw on fucking Coronation Street. But, you start to deal with a grief, and then slowly you kind of start to move on from, by having some closure or something, by having this comfort, it allows you to process this grief a little bit more. And there's always a chance that he starts getting interested in the Dean, and then suddenly, like, I would like to see you more. I would like to, like, spend time with you, and maybe a genuine relationship develops out of this weird scenario. Like, it happened in Coronation Street. I could see it happening here, but it'll take a while. It's not just going to be tomorrow. Jay's going to say, let's pump now. It's like, it's not happening. Jay just wants to fucking be able to sleep comfortably and not worry about, like, waking up and thinking that he's going to roll over and see Lola next to him. Like, it's a way to process his grief that he's not had an outlet for yet. It's not some fucking edgy woman pursuing a man, making him pay for money. I also don't think it's a scam thing, because ultimately it's not it's been quite wholesome for what it actually is. She's just genuinely going, look, here's what I can do for you, and if you don't want any of this, that's perfectly fine, but I'm gonna take care of you. And maybe for once is like feeling like he's being, like, looked after for the first time in months. So yeah. Someone says, I think he's moving on fast because she reminds him so much of Lola. I don't think he's moving on. Someone says, the point that he's not moving on at all. If anything, he's moving backwards and derailing his own grieving process by trying to pretend some random is Lola just so he can get some sleep. It's basically set himself back months again. He'll be right back to square one in how he felt when Lola first died, when this all goes wrong with the escort, or it comes out that she's a scammer or whatever. I know it's not romantic, but he's only needing this woman's familiarity to get him a good night's sleep. But once she's out the picture, he'll have to relearn how to function without a partner's comfort again. It's unhealthy, but it's so desperately sad, really, because all he wants is the pain to stop for a second. Basically, she's a catalyst for a major depressive breakdown for him coming up. That is obvious, at least. Oh man, this person's been thinking about this storyline.
I've literally not thought about it like that, and I'm not going to comment on that. Fucking Jesus again. It's like we went to school for the first week, and like you were supposed to do an essay on how your life is, and this man fucking wrote, life sucks, then you die, you get raped by the universe, like nothing good happens, all your dreams are shit, and you're like, Jesus Christ, Derek, I only wanted to know what you wanted to do in your life, not that you want to kill the universe, like, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, it's just the original post is carried on. Someone just like, didn't you post like this earlier? It's like, no, I didn't. And then they go, is she an actual escort? I might have missed that part. And then the original poster goes, she's an escort paying for a uni and a law firm. Feels like she was pursuing him like he was a John. But now it's changed. Now she is straight up pursuing him. And someone says, why though? Like others, I don't get where they're going with this. It's not like he's made money. The original post goes, no idea on all. I know the girl is on Jay like white on rice. I don't understand why there's so much fucking. I don't know. This thread is so bizarre in how weirdly interested people are in this story. Like, we've only seen like two scenes of this. Like, we've only seen two fucking scenes, like 2 or 3 scenes where Jay and this escort are talking. It's wholesome. It's wholesome. They haven't talked about the payment yet. Maybe it gets a bit dodgy then. Maybe Jay's like, fucking hell, this is expensive. You know, maybe he needs to sell the car lot or the funeral parlor, like the spoiler suggested. Jesus Christ. But yeah, simply being, there's not much interesting stuff in that thread. EastEnders isn't particularly edgy. It's just trying to tell stories. I don't think it's not saying, we're going to be the first fucking show to talk about escorts in 2023. They're just, this is a way for Jay to come to confront his grief, right? So, you know, this is where it's going. Is it set up by Emma? I don't think so. It's a bit too weird for it to be set up by Emma. I think it's just something happening by chance. Jay's clearly drawn to Nadine because she looks like Lola, and that familiarity and that comfort is there. So, yeah. I don't understand why people are so like, bloody hell, you seen this fucking edgy thing over here? It's fucking hell, lads, come on. But yeah, where do you think it's heading, Piggy?
I don't have a dog's bollocks. I have no idea.
Exactly.
It could turn out that she's actually, you know, a scammer, scamming people. Which, again, like I said in the hot text video, would be hilarious. Because I'm trying to imagine just trying to dress up like dead people's partner. Like, or alive people's partners who are dead. Like, could you imagine just me, like, scamming ass, pretending to be his dad, or ass pretending to be my granny? Like, it would be funny just imagining ass. Even though I probably told this story before, and I'm gonna leave you on this story. When my nanny originally died, she had a stair lift in her house. So I wanted to take her out of the coffin when no one was looking. Put her on the stair lift, and there was a remote control to go with the stair lift. Bring her up the stairs, and then bring her down and go, I'm alive, guys! I'm not dead! I'm not dead!
Fucking hell. That's unreasonable, but also very funny.
I also wanted to do kind of the thing where, like, you put a hole in the coffin, and you hide underneath the coffin, and you get, like, strings, and you just start, hello, guys! God. Hello!
Fucking hell.
Nothing died there, Ash, do you?
No. Humour is a coping mechanism, and that is quite funny, if not very sad.
Would be funny. It would be funny though.
Would be funny, like.